My special guest on the Wine Glasses Up Radio Show is the one and only Tracey Lee from the city of brotherly love, Philly.
What's happening?
Yo,
What's
let's
happening?
get a hand pause for that right there, for this king right here. Can I get an applause, please?
What's happening?
Salute.
Salute,
What's
salute.
happening? What's happening? What's happening?
How you doing, Tracey?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Just going through the same rigmarole today as I do on most days. You know what I mean? Getting at the kids a little bit. Doing some virtual teaching and just handling some day-to-day business, and that's about it, man.
Just
That's
about
it.
it. How
Yeah.
how you doing with this COVID? That's part of it, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, we distancing. You know what I mean? I'm good in the crib, man. I think we had a good we had a discussion the other day, man. And it's like I'm simple. As long as I got my family with me and I'm in the crib and we got some food in the refrigerator, I'm good, man.
that's right.
I could do this for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it simple,
Yep.
because after this, everything I've been reading about you, I went into the YouTube, did my research.
Yeah.
You're a busy man.
A little bit, a little bit. I try to
You're
stay
very busy.
active.
You
I
say,
try.
okay. Well, let's
Yeah.
talk about that activism. When
Yeah.
what age is it when you started MCing? When did you know that you wanted to become an MC?
I was young, man. I caught the bug early. I was a fan. Well, if you were born in the mid '60s, to early to late '70s, you are the culture. So
Yes,
you had no choice but to, partake and be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? In every
absolutely.
facet. You know what I mean? But I think I fell in love with the music probably, outside. Every kid that probably outside of New York City. I fell in love with the music when everybody else did at my age, when it was 78, 79, when we first
That's
heard
right.
Rappers
That's
Delight on
me.
the radio, you know what I mean? And so, but I think I wanted to become an MC when I
Mhm.
first heard Melly Mel, when I
Right.
first heard LL, when I first heard Tila Rock, when I first heard Kumo D, because all of these cats to me were wordsmiths. It wasn't just throw your hands in the air, wave them like you just don't care. It wasn't that.
Mhm.
They was spitting. You know what I'm
And they
saying?
still
Before
spit.
spitting was a term. You know what I mean?
And they still spitting to this day.
To
I
this
love
day. And so I was about 12 years old, I think, where really 11, 12 years old when it was really like, all right, I want to do this
that.
for real.
So what was your, do you remember the first song you wrote?
I don't remember it off top, but I know my name back then was MC Lee, and I was a part of a crew called the MC5. You know what I'm
MC
saying?
Fox.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I'm old school. Like that's what we used to do back then. It was like, we was everybody was trying to be Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five and the Treacherous
Right.
Three and all that other stuff. So that was the moniker back then. You know what I'm saying?
A- Absolutely. And to put the MC in front of the name, because I went by MC Crease, MC
See,
Finesse. My first
see,
name was MC Lady C. So you know we
see,
from that
see,
era. We are
see.
the culture.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow. So could you drop me a little testimony about, you know, you just told us basically how you started and why you started.
Mhm.
Um, the culture of when you actually really start, when you got into the midst of it, like
Mhm.
going to the studios, and how you know what you really wanted. Sometimes we get into it because it's the flavor, but
Right.
when you know that you really built for this, what's your testimony on that?
Like I said, it really started early. Like I was sending demo tapes to Sleeping Bag and the Next Plateau and to Cold Chillin' and Def Jam early. Like you talking mid '80s, '85, '86, '87. I was still in high school, and so we would make, it wasn't necessarily in the studio back then, but we thought it was studio quality. Come to find out later on, it really wasn't studio quality. It sounded like it was, done in a can or something, you know what I'm saying? But we really
Right.
thought we was making music, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And, that was quality enough to get signed. I mean, from an early age, I always thought I was nice, you know what I'm saying? And I think that the people that I work with and see back then, that was the evolution of the beatbox and all that. So you really didn't need much, you know what I mean?
Right.
Um, so we would create these tapes, you know what I'm saying, off of a boom box with the recorder, you know what I'm saying, just straight press play and really kind of put the extension of the mic inside of the radio and kind of make our tapes but like that. But the first time I really got in a studio and
Mhm.
was recording was probably sophomore year in college, after, I had told myself once I got to college, I wasn't going to do it anymore because I didn't get my deal while I was in high school. So I just thought once you got to college, that was it. But, it never leaves you. So sophomore year.
Not to cut you off, what happened with the deal?
Well, no. It was my aspirations of getting a deal. Like,
Okay.
I would send my demos and nobody responded. And like I
Got
said, later I figured out why they didn't respond. It was, I mean, not necessarily that the ideas were trash. It's just the sound was trash. I mean, we were recording off of a boombox,
Yeah.
So, I doubt if, even though, back then people got an idea of what it could sound like if you were, if you had the budget, if you blah, blah, blah. But, it just wasn't, it just wasn't there for whatever reason. But so when I went to college, I went to Howard University in DC, the Howard University, home of the vice president-elect, Kamala Harris,
Shout it out. Yes.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
So after my freshman year, I immediately caught the bug again, and myself, along with my man Kwame Anthony and my man Calsar Chandler, we started a label at Howard called Funky Hit Records, and so that was really the first time that I really got into a studio. Shout out to my, and rest in peace to my brother Scotty Beats. This is the brother that I met early on, like one of my first days on the campus. So he was an engineer, producer, and so we collaborated and created a maxi single back then called Let Me Hear You Say Yeah. It had 3 cuts on it. Let Me Hear You Say Yeah, Outstanding, and Tear Shit Up. And serviced it. We were independent, back then, except the independence wasn't digital. It was wax. And so we would service the wax, and we had cassettes and all that. This was prior to CDs too. So we serviced it, the record pools and things like that. And so that was my first feel of, actually creating something out of the studio, getting it pressed, things like that, before we got into, where people now know me from, So that was about 1990.
Where you from? Tell them where you from.
I'm from Philly all day.
Hold up. You put up the glass, baby. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you said this was the wine glass. I tried to play the part, and I don't mind playing the part. This is what I do.
Right.
You played the signature Toast to You. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I be getting it in on this show. That's it. No matter what you put in your glass, it says wine glasses up. It don't say what to put in your glass. You put in it what you
say wine glass. Exactly.
Yeah, you got some cognac over there, bro.
No. I drink a nice red, man. I'm a red guy. This is a nice Cabernet.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got something called Red Rock, something like that.
Oh, nice. Is that a red blend?
Yeah, it's a red blend.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. I'm trying to get somebody to sponsor the show. With they wine, they see how we doing it.
That's right.
So you want your liquor, wine on the show, holla. That's how we doing it on this show.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna get here. When I was doing my research, I heard I seen this video you did. I was so into it. I was deep, and it was about you and Biggie.
Yeah.
Oh, that was deep.
Yeah.
That was totally deep. So I want you to tell it because I seen a video, but I mean, the way that you broke down how he came in here, he was nodding the head like this. And he was like, yo, what you about to do? I was loving it.
Yeah,
I was loving that. Could you let the audience know about that moment in your life with you and Biggie and about the song that y'all did together?
Yeah, so basically I was enamored by the process because, at that juncture, everything that I had known, at that time and what I had seen MCs do at that time, we wrote things down. And so he had a whole different approach. And I really didn't get it and understand it until later on, even when he told me what he told me, and I'll get to that point. But nevertheless, we were, in D&D Studios. Shout out to Premier, because he that was his studio back in the day. And I walk in there, we're in the process of creating a song that's on my debut album, Many Faces album, and the song is called Keep Your Hands High. So
yes, I love it.
Yeah, and so he's in the studio before I even get there, and also Jay-Z's in there with him. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like back then, and Jay is still in Can't Knock the Hustle mode. He got on the fur and all that kind of stuff. So this is the first time I had met Jay. I had already talked to Big and met Big prior to that. But this is the first time I actually met Jay. But he wasn't there that long. He stayed for maybe about a good 20 minutes and then he was out. So me and Big got to work. And so we was in there about 8 hours, but the whole time, Big is he got the cognac, he got the Henny in there, he got a
Right.
little
Set up.
yeah, he got the setup, got the medicinals in there. So we talking, we building, he giving me jewels and all that and cracking jokes and all that. But then, in the process, I just see him do this. He gets, he blacks out for a minute and just starts doing this. Now, meanwhile, the song, or should I say the instrumental's playing in the background the whole time. And so he's doing this. I got my pen and my pad, trying to create, come
the
up,
normal
blah,
way.
blah. And so this goes on, for about, like I said, a good 8 hours. He'll come in, crack jokes, pour something, and then he's in the same chair, just doing this.
Back in that zone.
So then all of a sudden he's like, all right, I'm ready. I said, ready for what? Like, because I'm used to, people writing stuff down. He's like, I said, where's your pen and your pad? What you ready to do? He's like, nah, Trey, I can't do that. It confuses me. I said, what? So I didn't really get it. But later on, I figured out Big's whole process was writing in his head. And because of the style that Big has, and I tell people this all the time, Big is the most efficient MC ever to me. Wow. And that's because he says more with less. You know what I'm saying? Like
more with less.
He says more with less. Like he uses words that fit perfectly within the scheme of the rhyme, and it makes sense with regards to what the track is about. And then even the efficiency of, he's considered one of the greatest of all times, and a lot of people the greatest of all time, and this is off of 2 albums.
And he just got, didn't he just get into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame off of 2 albums. Think about that. 2 albums. He has 2. That's efficiency to the highest degree. You know what I mean? Where, people got catalogs. Jay got like over 10 albums, 13 albums. Nas got catalogs of albums. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got catalogs of albums, and Big, even Pop catalogs. Right. Big is in there with 2 albums.
Just 2. And people catching attitudes about it.
That is efficient. That's what I'm saying. So that just gives you an idea of the impact that the brother had. But going back to this particular song, because he says more or less, you know what I mean? The way his style fits perfectly to is conditioned for somebody that not necessarily have to put it down on paper, and it's melodic. You know what I'm saying? So how he remembers it is it fits right in the scheme of his whole style, right? So then his whole thing about it confuses me is that why would I put it down on paper? Because I can easily transfer it from here to the mic.
To the mic.
Goes from here to the paper, then to the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's cut out the middleman. You know what I mean?
I get it.
And so that again, I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. And that's why he is who he is. And so, I was just enamored by that whole process. And later on, I started doing that as well. After I went to law school, when I I wrote an album in 2019 where I, adopted that same thing. Like, I didn't, the majority of that album I did not write down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let everybody know again the name of that album. And I was told some things about the album, but I don't like to tell the story. Even though I research it, I like for the artist itself to tell the story. It sounds way better and more, powerful coming from you.
Yeah. So which album you talking about? The one that Big was on, or the one from last year?
I'm going to talk about both of them, but the one with Big, because I know when you were supposed to release that.
Yeah, it was Many Faces. The album is called Many Faces. It was released in 1997 under by Storm Universal Records. By Storm is a company that's run by a cat by the name of Mark Pitts. who was also Biggie's manager and was an understudy of Puff. And I went to school with all of these cats at Howard. I went to school with Puff. I went to school with Mark, but I was signed to Mark's label via the conduit of Derek D. Angeletti, who also went to Howard. And if you don't know who D. is, he's a part of the Hitmen. He is the person, him and my man Ron Lawrence, who also went to Howard, are responsible for the Benjamins, Hypnotized, Feel So Good.
I was at Howard.
Huh?
I said all of y'all was at Howard.
Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, it was the golden era. Marlon Wayans was there, Anthony Anderson was there, Taraji P. Henson, all at the same time. It was nuts. So Many Faces came out under Mark's label. Mark is now also responsible for, the likes of Chris Brown to, closely affiliated and associated with Usher, J. Cole, Miguel. I mean, the list goes on and on. So he's still prominent in the game today.
I'll be wondering what some of these producers and stuff go to. Like, are they still around or did they fall off? So it's good to know that they're still on.
Yeah, Mark is an exec. So he's actually the president of Black Music up at RCA, in addition to running by Storm as well. So he's knee deep in the game. You know what I mean?
Yo, Trey, I just had to add too.
Yeah.
If anybody, they gotta know. If you know hip hop, you gotta know. Many Faces, one of the hottest albums ever. It was like the most. I mean, it was.
Appreciate it.
Not with giving it out, not with giving it away, but it was so.
Give that away. That was 20-some years ago.
It was so detailed. It was so detailed because of the fact that, you know what I'm saying? Many Faces is not just a name for it. It was the actual idea because he had his different personas in it.
Right.
Every album, every song, every cut had a different person and a different style and a different persona. I wish I had the inside of the CD to show every person on there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The one that I like was it the LR?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I believe it. What's that? Here Comes the Ruggedness. And it had the Angela Winbush on that joint.
Yep.
Then he had It's Working. Who's the party joint? Who's the party guy?
That's Rock.
That's the Rock. You had the Rock, the LR. Who's the other one you had?
You got L and LR. They were like twins. You know what I'm saying? One was more rugged and one was more MC. Like so when you talk about the grungy, dirty joints like you said, like that dirty one and Repent, that's all LR. But when you talk about just straight MC-manship, you know what I'm saying? You talking about the professionals, and you talking
professional,
about,
he was.
You know what I'm saying? And
they was all dressed the way.
Yeah.
Wow. And here's the thing about it too. For a while, it takes you a while to catch and say, wait a minute, this is all Trey Lee. Yeah. He was rocking different styles.
He's just doing different faces. I like that. Many faces, different styles.
And the last song, the voices was slower. It was a different style. And the last one, the last cut up on there was Clue, that I'm still waiting for 20 years later because it never finished. Well, all his personalities, Trey Lee was rocking together all his personalities. They were all talking to each other in their head. They trying to find out who shot LR, right?
Yeah, it was a murder mystery. Yeah,
it was a murder mystery. One of his personas killed his other one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it just flatlined. And it flatlined.
And
it flatlined. And I've been waiting.
Mike said, I've been waiting. Like,
trying to find out who did it. Yeah,
and who did it?
People ask me that. It'd be like, yo, you gonna tell me who did it? I think such did it. Be like,
that album was dope. It was so dope because here's the thing about it. I could tell is that I know about it because I remember at that time on March the 25th of 1997, the hip hop world was still mourning Big. You know what I'm saying? And Big album was actually supposed to be released on Halloween. That's why he had that Life After Death.
I wanted to get out with him.
Like, how you feel
about that? Yeah.
So they moved it up, and it was on the same day Trey Lee's. They both came out that same day. You remember back in the days when you used to go to CD store, they had the Midnight Madness, the midnight release. So I remember it was midnight. We copped them. I copped both of them. You know what I'm saying? I copped them. I was rocking that. I was rocking that because I was following it because Many Faces was like, it was like the dopest of all time. And I've been waiting. we need to finish that, yo.
Let's finish that, Trey Lee.
Nah, I will never ever people been asking me to answer like the Clue record, like let us find out who did it. And I thought about it, but I was like, nah, that just adds to
You won't tell anybody who did it. I want to know who shot LR.
Who shot LR? I feel like we're in the Dallas days. Who shot?
We gotta post that.
But that's where I got it from. I got it from the Who Shot JR. That was the whole.
Yeah, Who Shot JR? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know who shot LR. I think I know who shot LR. I'm
gonna take it to my grave. Nobody ever knows.
Oh wow! No.
It was the pretty one. He had one that was a pretty smooth one. I think that's
Mr. Lee.
Yeah, Mr. Lee.
Yeah.
You got to get this, man. We need to bring that.
No. Mr. Lee was the businessman. Trey.
Oh, he was in the suit and stuff.
Yeah, Trey was the pretty boy.
All right, so so that's what you're pushing on Facebook right now, the mini faces, because I seen that on your page.
No. The album I'm pushing right now is called Glory. And
Glory.
So,
okay.
Yeah, that was produced by my man O'Jiz. Actually, he did the album that I put out last year in 2019 called Expect the Unexpected. That's the sweatshirt.
That's the sweatshirt Mike got on. Okay.
That's right.
Matter of fact, we just put out an announcement today about the Glory merch that's going to drop on Black Friday. But Glory is probably, I want to say that's my best work, like that, because it is so, it's so now, like it touches on every emotion that you could possibly feel right now with everything that's going on. The ups, the downs, the goods, the bads, the ends,
the spiritual warfare, it's all that.
It's everything. It's anger. It's spiritual. It's sadness. It's everything. It's
something that we didn't expect.
Right. It's therapeutic too, man. There's a lot of people that have the album that got an early copy. Like I put it out on my website on July 31st. But we're going on all streaming platforms on Black Friday, which is November 27th. So now the world will be able to, be privy to the record. But people that have had it over the last couple of months, there's been a couple of people that told me, like, look, if it wasn't for this album, I wouldn't have been able to get through all of this madness that we're going through right now. So
that's deep. You
know what I'm saying? Like, and that to me is the, like, I don't really, at one time my ego was to the point where I just want everybody to hear it. But now I'm just about the quality, not the quantity, and how it affects people's lives. You know what I'm saying?
That's the spirit right there. That's the spirit right there. That's how we grow in our spirit.
Yep.
It's not so much about wanting the fancy things. It's what I can give to the universe.
Yep.
I could be here to succeed my purpose and help somebody else. Yep. So I like that. I like what you just said right there. Definitely.
Absolutely. Get out there. And that took a minute though. I ain't gonna front. That took a minute. Like my ego was just so overblown. Like, cause most nice MCs think that they're the nicest in the world, and I'm no exception. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you, ain't nobody better than me, right? But But so it took me a while for me to come to grips to the point, or get myself to the point where, Trey, it doesn't matter, what everybody else thinks. It really doesn't. As long as you're doing God's work, you know what I'm saying? And so that's where I'm at.
And everything, like I said, all of this, what I do, is all from God. Always giving the praise. My name, my brand, wine glass and stuff. That's why I say testimony.
Yep.
We interviewing, we talking, we fellowshipping right now.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Communion.
Yes. Communion. Yes. So Trey, like all the many hats that you wear, far as being your husband, your father, your artist, and you are into law.
Yes.
That's because people need to be educated.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and that's based off of my personal experiences of, being in this game for, over 20 years, 25 years, and bumping my head a couple of times because of the fact that, I wasn't knowledgeable about it, and the people that I had around me weren't much more knowledgeable about it than I was. So therefore, I'm bumping my head and I'm taking L's, but that was necessary in order for me to get to where I am right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So now it's my turn and my duty, and it's God's will that I, gain this knowledge not only for myself, but more importantly for people that's coming up after me and in the game that took the same similar road, but now, you have somebody that you can reach out to and say, at least advise you on certain things. Now, whether you want to take that advice, that's on you, but at least there's somebody here now that can advise you on things that, you know, you may not want to do. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. And that one of those things is having an entertainment lawyer before you step in the studio or sign any contracts. It's always best to have an entertainment lawyer. We spoke about that a couple of days ago.
They don't like me though. They don't like me. I know too much.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's good.
Oh, yeah. You know both sides of you know too much.
They see me coming and be like, oh shit.
Like, oh shit. Here you go.
Right. I don't think you should have him as representation. You know what I mean? He's not a good look. That kind of stuff.
I'd be like, nah, that's the main one I want, because that's the one you know, trying to throw the cloud on him. No, I want the one that know. And see, because there's a lot of new artists coming up. They thirsty. We've been there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I done made mistakes. I done did dumb stuff, you know, on my come up, but because I didn't know. Right. But you have to educate yourself. So I tell people all the time, like, you know, I said, do you copyright your music? Did you trademark your name? You know, all that. And they like, what is that? What is that? So it's a good thing that you're in the industry and you are in the law. So yeah, both sides. Yeah. So how could these individuals meet you on both sides, as far as following you with your music, buying your merch, and also getting information? I should say consultation. Yeah. Consultation. Yep. Yeah. Cause they be like, hey, yo, man, I heard you be doing that entertainment lawyer stuff. Yo, tell me this. Cash App.
You go.
Definitely, yeah.
First 15 minutes are free. After that, Cash App. You know what I'm saying?
People can talk fast though.
Yeah, I know. And matter of fact, I talk to my wife all the time. Like, she's like, I hate a fast talker. Da 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 da. I was like, look, man, actually, those are the easiest ones to me. Because you really don't have to really listen. None of it. It's just certain keywords that you just pick and choose out of that fast talking conversation, and you build on that. Everything else, it just sounds like wow, 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 wow. You know what I mean? but nevertheless, you can get at me at TraceyLeeMusic.com. That's where the music is. That's where the merch, like my entire catalog is over there. That's where the merch is. Like, we got some phenomenal merch that's about to drop for the holiday season. And also, you know, there's a place there where if you want consultation, we have a link, you know, there where you can reach out to me and send me an email and, you know, let me know what it is what the issues are. And then we can kind of discuss it from there and see, you know, if I can be of service or if not, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a one-stop shop right there.
Yeah.
That's a one-stop hip-hop shop. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. What about these Trey Lee footwears? What's up with that? That's what I need to cop.
I heard about that.
I need to cop me I need to cop me some of that. You don't have nothing? You can't show us it?
Oh no! I wish you would have told me. It's all upstairs.
Yeah.
They're called the T Lees, man.
The T Lees, they dope. Yeah.
And it's really about you know, taking control. You know, because the logo is a symbol of a blackfish breaking away from cuffs. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and everything that we do, we always attach ourselves to the oppressor, if you will, and this includes in business, you know what I mean? So, you know, by me, you know, saying, nah, I'm not, you know, interested in going to cop Jordan, nah, I don't want the Yeezys. All of these are affiliated with companies that are not owned and run by us, you know what I mean?
Right. We're breaking the pockets.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, I can make a custom designed sneaker with Italian leather. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to find a company in Africa, you know, that can create this shoe, or that I can partner with that create this shoe.
That'd be sweet.
Keep it all the way
the motherland. Yes.
You know the shoes is the black, green, black, and red.
We got the green, black, and red colors. You know, because it's all symbolism. You know what I mean?
It's all symbolism.
And so, you know, again, but this is a quality. Like this shoe stands with, if you know, are into the names like Gucci and all of that, like the quality of the leather comes from the same space, same places that all of this stuff that you spending thousands and thousands of dollars on, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to the same people, getting a quality shoe, putting my name and brand on it,
That's
my
right.
design on it, you know what I'm saying? And creating a shoe that'll be delivered right to your house. You know what I mean? But this also lets me know that we have a long way to go with regards to conditioning our people to buy from us, to supporting us.
You're
You know,
supporting us. Exactly.
so that's what that sneaker is about. You know what I mean?
Until we can get there, we're gonna because it's like nobody don't want to see nobody rise.
Crabs in the
It
barrel,
has nothing to do with them.
But you gotta understand. See, this is the thing that we gotta also, because we can't change the condition until we fully understand what this is about. This is about conditioning over the last 500 plus years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is about separating from families. This is about separating, even when you get here, separating your immediate family from each other. Giving, you know, somebody that was your son or your wife or your brother, your sister, somebody else's last name that's in a whole nother state and their property. And then all of a sudden you don't figure this out. If you figure it out, if you're lucky to figure it out at all, that you probably married your cousin, married your brother, you know,
exactly,
because you were
facts, yeah.
So then, you know, you got people in the field, people in the house, people in the field mad at the people in the house because they getting better treatment. You got to remember, this is 500 years. And I hate to give them this kind of credit, but they did a masterful job on us. But now we're finally in it, at least some of us. And they were probably
educated. The thing they hate the most is that we're educated.
Right.
And we're educating ourselves.
That's the thing. They listen, we used to die if we got caught reading.
Yeah.
Right.
Think about that. If you got caught educating yourself, and the basic fundamentals of education is reading. If you got caught reading, you were
done.
Killed.
Be killed.
Killed.
Absolutely.
So these are the things that we're dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Mentally, physically, psychologically, all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we understand that, I think we can move forward. But there's a lot of people that they ain't even trying to hear that.
Someone's lost in the sauce. Someone's going to be lost, and it's what it is.
And unfortunately, you got to leave them right where they are.
Got to. Yeah. Bottom line. Well, I really appreciate, you know, your time that you've given us tonight, and I pray that we can link back up and definitely drop science and put up our wine glasses.
That's right.
I want to hear more about your merchandise. You know, you post it up on Facebook.
Yes.
Everything that you're doing, Glory. The song that you have with Biz, I love it. I'm just so honored to know that I have a brother that's right next door. I'm in Jersey. You come from Philly, and you doing your thing. And I know that if this wasn't going on, I know you ready to rock the stage. I know you in like.
That's one of my safe havens, man. I love the stage. You know what I'm saying? That's where you can interact with the stage, right? You know what I mean? That's where you can get with the people. That's my thing. I'm a pseudo politician, you know what I mean? Like I like to shake hands and kiss the babies and all that good stuff.
Right. So that was pseudo politician. Oh, killing it. Oh my goodness. Who would you like to work with? Have you ever wanted to, you know, collab? Now Big, that was, I mean, wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's next? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a few people again, if you're an MC, 9 times out of 10, you think you're the greatest MC in the world. So I want to match, you know, I think, you know, a sword, sharpen sword, you know, still, you know, sharpen steel. Like I want to rhyme with the best. I want to rhyme with Black Thought. That's the homie. You know what I'm saying? I want to rhyme with Pharoah Monch. I want to rhyme with, you know, Kendrick Lamar. I want to rhyme with who I think the best are. You know what I'm saying? Just to see where we stand. Not just where I stand. I want to see where you stand with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
we stand together.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But I think we can make some classic music. You know, it's not just the competitive aspect of it. I think we can make something that, you know, people will thoroughly enjoy. That will be a staple, similar to what me and Big did. You know what I'm saying? But there's also some R&B, you know, people that I want to work. Like I would love to do a record with Layla Hathaway. I'm a huge fan of Layla Hathaway.
Oh.
You know, I really like, you know, like voices, like I'm in the gospel as well, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you know, I would love to do something that Kirk Franklin composes, because I think he's one of the illest composers. Like, he understands music, you know what I mean? And so the ensemble that he will put together with regards to choirs and things like that, I would love to do something like that.
So it'd be like a hip hop orchestra, gospel orchestra, something like that.
Absolutely. Like, I love Black music, man. I'm a Black man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love Black music. So anything that hits the soul, like that's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean?
You're my Holy Ghost. What?
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Hip hop Holy Ghost going on in that party.
Exactly.
You know I know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. So that's my, you know, that's my wish list. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. You put it in the air, we'll see what happens. You know what
and it's gonna happen because the clock don't stop with Tracey Lee. The clock don't stop. Hey,
I'm 50 years old. I'm 50 years old, still giving it to him. So that just.
Oh, happy belated birthday too! You just had you just made another lap around the sun not too long ago. Was that like last week, 2 weeks ago? Something?
Oh, really?
Yeah, October something, huh?
October 22nd.
Yep, October.
Oh, wait, hold on. Are you a Libra? Because I'm a Libra.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we get along so good. September 29th.
Yeah. You at the beginning, I'm at the end.
That's right, but I celebrate all the way to October 31st because of my dad. So to us, well, we get our drink on. Oh,
that's right.
My drink is sitting down, so I'm not gonna raise it up.
That's right.
Well, this is WineGlassesUp up, so you know both your drink don't supposed to be down, man.
I'm gonna fill it back up.
You'll just get a strike tonight.
Oh no, need to fill it back up.
So is it possible, Tracey Lee, that we get to have you back on the show with us? Talk more about what you're doing and what you want to do, and just come back and like, listen, I got something I want to drop on y'all. Come back. This is family right here.
Absolutely, without question. You know what I mean? We'll definitely make that happen. That's nothing. You see, this 45 minutes or whatever we've been on here went by just like that. So
it did. I listen. I'm so used to doing 2 hours that an hour. And before you get off, I'm about to get you. Oh yeah. I said Janae the other night in my Facebook Live. Remember when we was all on Messenger, me, you, and Mike?
Yep.
The first met you was talking about my Dallas Cowboys.
And I'm gonna still talk about that.
I can't let you go without saying this. What happened to them Eagles last Sunday? What happened? Because I watched from the beginning to the end. And
I was waiting for that. I gotta answer. Go ahead, finish.
You was waiting for that?
I got something for you. Go ahead.
Yo, I did a Facebook Live. Man, I just wanted to get on and just talk about it because I haven't been trash talking in a while. Everybody know me as a trash talker, Dallas Cowboy top fan trash talker. So I said I'm getting on because I'm tired of these Eagle fans talking junk to me, leaving stuff in my inbox, tag me and everything. So that game I watched, I'm gonna tell y'all, I really thought y'all had it. I'm like, Eagles gonna do this, but I'm gonna watch. These are my 2 rivalries. I'm gonna watch. Man, I was over there hollering. I was kicking. So I got on Facebook Live and I gave y'all shots out. I gave you a shout out. What I thought was supposed to just be 5 minutes went to an hour.
Yeah.
And everybody was bugging. So please tell me what happened to this Eagles game. Like what went wrong?
Okay. I got you. Okay, so two things I'm gonna say. And on our live, I know I specifically said the whole division is trash.
The whole division.
I'm with you.
I said throw the whole division out. I did say
yes, you did.
But here's the kicker though. This is the one. This is gonna kill you right here. This is the
I'm
one.
listening. I'm listening.
So I'm watching the game, right? And the commentator says, you know what? Even if the Eagles lose today, they'll still be in first place.
Oh my God. I knew he was
he was waiting for that. You see that?
No matter
He's right though. That's how bad the division is though, right?
No matter what happens, the
Eagles
will still be in first place. That's what that man said. That's what
he
that
did.
So when I knew that they lost, I said, you know what? I have something for her just in case. Just in case she want to come at me with that. And so there you go.
Guess what? But for how long?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Y'all ain't going to the Super Bowl, Trey.
I don't care. Listen,
he's number one in the division.
2017. I'm good for the next 50 years.
Y'all let the Giants embarrass y'all.
So,
I mean, listen, my team, of course.
The G-Men did embarrass you. G-Men did embarrass you.
Right, and I'm just like, y'all said,
Trey. Last time y'all went to the Super Bowl.
Huh? You said when the last time we went to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, you heard what I said. You heard exactly.
The last time we got that fifth ring. How many rings you got? Oh,
no. That was before Many Faces came out, though.
Man, that was way before Many Faces came out.
It don't matter though. We got 5 rings. We got 5 rings.
Was that 30? That was 30 years ago, right?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Like that.
Why y'all want to bring that up?
Well, it was a long time. It was a long time. To be America's team, that is a long time, though.
Last time I checked, we were the last team in our division to win the Super Bowl. Last time I checked.
Well, it ain't gonna happen this year either. I'm just preparing you for it.
None of us. For
none of us. None of us.
We shouldn't be talking right now. Yeah.
So my response to that is, if I'm going down, everybody
going down.
Everybody. But listen, y'all, I thought about you too on that game, and I did that live, and I laughed so hard. And it's great to be able to laugh about, to laugh every day, especially what we're going through. So I tell people all the time, don't let these football games get to you. People get really mad and go into another zone. I'm like, this is adult fun, and we really need this to have something to enjoy. And watching football and being able to connect with people. And I connected with so many people, not just in the industry, but just by this football thing alone. And they just love to laugh. So that's something that we share, because I said you was getting at me the week before. I said, oh, I'm gonna watch this game. So I watched it just for you.
No doubt.
All right. Well, I don't know what MJ just went, and I definitely want to honor your time. You're a very busy man, and many hats. And stay safe, you and your family.
Yes.
I can't wait till all this is over, where we can meet on the stage again.
Yes, we will. I mean,
we will. We definitely.
We'll get through this. Just a temporary thing. I don't think things will be quite the same, but we'll get back to some semblance of what we used to know,
Right. And keep educating the people. They need this. We all need this.
No doubt.
So it's not about, I tell them all the time, it's not about being naked and selling drugs and shooting up. You're going to tell your story about your environment. It's a way to tell it.
No doubt.
Without keeping the evil in. So thanks again, Tracey Lee, for being on the Wine Glasses Up radio show.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
And I really have to say it's an honor, man, as one of my favorite MCs.
Oh, he got his glass. He got his glass.
I replenished it. The finest Cavassier.
Oh, okay.
I'm mad at that.
But yeah, I've been following Trey Lee for a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how, when somebody said they knew him in New Orleans, that's like that. Ooh. Yeah. 12 years ago, something like that. And I hit him up and said, somebody said they knew you. He said, boy, that's family, man. He tripping, man. Small world, man. But I've been following Trey Lee, and I always say that if I always talk about hip hop, his albums always come up, and him as a positive force and an influence,
definitely
impact on the culture, because he's still grinding, still moving, and he's relevant to the whole culture. You know what I'm saying? So we have to big up, salute him. He's doing everything, and this is what hip hop is when you see that. You know what I'm saying? Because he is the image of success and music. He's a positive role model. This is what hip hop is. He is
Tracey Lee.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. And he could be cool, and then he could be smooth with it, and he can get lyrical and take it to the streets. I see him go back. What's that you did? What's that old school track you did?
Oh, you talking about Pro Bono?
Yes. That's
he bringing the law back into it. Pro bono.
You gotta catch it, man. You gotta catch it, man.
I caught it.
Yep. I caught it. I pay attention. Absolutely. I do. Yep. All right. So everybody,
thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate it. Absolutely.
And we appreciate you. And I definitely want to thank Mike J. Mike J, you came from behind the curtain tonight. I'm telling you, he spoke very highly of you, Tracey Lee, and he came from behind the curtain tonight. He's that behind the curtain dude, and he came out. So it was a pleasure having you rocking on to the Wine Glasses Up show too.
Yeah. Well, she know I never come out. Never come out.
First time
I'm the man
out?
behind the back. And this look, the world is actually seeing who I am now. Because I'm behind the logo. I'm behind the emblem. I'm behind the logo and the brand of BarzandBeats. I never step out. But I said, wait a minute, this is Trey Lee, man. I gotta cop them T Lees. I gotta cop them shoes, man. So maybe if I come out, you know what I'm saying, cop me a pair.
Actually, I was just talking to one of my partners. I got this jacket that matches the joint. I'm about to post it in like a day or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I told you he's into everything. Wine, he does the wine too.
That's right. Before we end this, the wine. Or we can talk about this off camera, but you in the wine too? Yeah, and I got the Wine Glasses Up show.
Yeah, I partnered with a company called Vine and the Rhyme. These two brothers, man, they got this formula where they pair wine with hip hop music, and so it's just a phenomenal idea, man. And we did City Winery for 12 months in the year last year, 2019, and we had Read Up for another 12 months, but because of COVID, we had to shut it down. But they still continue to do it online, but yeah, we do, they do wine tastings. We did a pairing with the album. A matter of fact, I'm going to call them up probably tomorrow and see if we can do another pairing for the national release on all streaming platforms of Glory, so that we can possibly get more people involved with this tasting as well. So
look.
I see you. I got you. I definitely let y'all know. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I got you. No worries.
And if they got some wine they want to promote with sponsors, tell them hit me up. You got the information. I'll put it right here. Put that bottle up and sit.
No question.
All right. Well, that's that time, everybody. Thank everybody for tuning in. And we'll be back with more with the Wine Glasses Up Radio Show. I am your queen, LionessRoars. And I'm bringing it to you. The testimonies, real live in effect. Mwah. Peace. And I love you.
Peace. Hey, thank y'all, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hit up TraceyLeeMusic.com, right?
TraceyLeeMusic.com.
TraceyLeeMusic.com.
TRACEYLE.
The man, the brand, the standard. Instagram it.
Peace.
Didn't know with the bars, I was raw, okay. So the quote Kevin Hart, y'all gonna learn today. I'm the greatest in the make. Dare I say, attorney with wordplay. Rare I say, the verbal displays like Dirk's fade away, which is why with the mic you call me all day Trey.